Hey guys, I'm Lara with PSU TV and KPSU, and I'm here today with the Maine, who are playing a show at the Hawthorne Theater in Portland tonight. In case you didn't know, the Maine has been making music since 2007, right?
Yeah.
You've released 5 studio albums, toured the world, you've shared the stage with the likes of Taking Back Sunday, Good Charlotte, Never Shout Never. You've played South by Southwest, Warped Tour, Billboard Hot 100 Fest, lots of things, right?
Yeah.
And
you know more than we do.
When you say it all like that, it seems like we've done a lot.
You guys have done a lot of... I can't curse on this show. You guys have done a lot of things. Yeah, and you're currently embarked on a West Coast holiday tour, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Hey, so how's it going so far?
It's going really well. It's been a lot of laborious drives, long drives.
Super long drives. We haven't, it's been a little bit since we've been in the van, so, John's been driving all of it.
But it's been...
You probably have like 40 hours under your belt.
I'm logging a lot of hours, but it's been a beautiful drive. We started in Flagstaff, back in Arizona where we're from. So that was the first night, and, yeah, it's been, I don't know, it's been a blast. I think what's great for us is it was kind of an impromptu, kind of thrown together thing. And to have our buddies in the Technicolors out with us is really cool too. So people seem to be excited and we're having fun. These are the last shows of the year, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of a nice breather.
It's a good little
it's just
bow.
a quick little thing, which is cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what can people expect from the show tonight?
Bunch of songs, of course. We're playing our whole Christmas EP, which is very strange for us because we've never played most of the songs, and we recorded it a while back. So it's
I think something that we've kind of come to terms with too. I feel like there was a period where we tried to really distance ourselves from our past and like the earlier stuff. But I think what's nice is just kind of embracing all of that. You know, all of the bad ideas and everything. You know, I think that it all just kind of it all is what we are.
Yeah, I mean, people like
to shy away from it is kind of I don't know, childish, I guess. So we're just, I don't know, really excited about the opportunity to continue to play and, you know, just trying to savor it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Embrace the whole journey.
Yeah.
That kind of leads me to my next question. I was going to ask how you feel your music has evolved over the years and how this newest album, American Candy, is maybe different from other stuff that you've done.
I mean, we've tried a lot of stuff, which has been awesome. As an artist, it's been cool that people have accepted it and let us kind of, try new things. But I feel like this record's not like a mix of everything, but it has a jump that some of the older stuff had.
To me, this one feels like actually like the only complete album that we've made, if that means anything to anybody besides us. But in the past, I feel like everything has been just kind of a compilation of thrown together ideas and thoughts and just kind of whirlwinds of I guess pieces of music. But this one to me feels like at least from the discussion that we had about the approach and about the record that we wanted to make, I feel like we accomplished kind of what we set out to.
Totally.
So for the first time that conversation was had and there was an idea in mind.
Yeah, it was the first album I can remember where we like actually knew what we wanted to do, and like talked about it before. Before it was a lot of just writing whatever, and then the best songs that we thought
figuring
at the
it
time.
out afterwards. Yeah.
This was like, okay, like this. We want to make this vibe of an album, and I think we did a pretty good job at it.
Nice. Yeah. So there's a lot of intention behind it.
Yeah, I think as far as the evolution is concerned, there hasn't ever been a conscientious effort to like intentionally stray from anything that we've ever done. Even like I'm saying, like we're like we are embracing a lot of old songs, like integrating them in the set list, but we've never once been like, oh, we're never doing that and we have to do something completely different. And I think that the natural progression of where our heads live now and how we embrace music and how we digest music is vastly different than it was 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And like Garrett's saying, it's a really special thing that people have allowed us to kind of pursue those different avenues and given us the opportunity to make another record. And we're sitting now in a position where we know we can make a 6th album. So I think that is
kind of the goal.
The goal every time, yeah. So
let's make another one.
Yeah, at some point, not now.
Awesome. So you've found that your fans have stood by you through these changes and evolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's bizarre too, this is, I don't know how many times we played the Hawthorne, but when we get kind of regional, I guess towards this area of the country, or just pockets of the country in general, you'll start to see people kind of showing up in several different places. So people from Seattle that were at the show last night are going to be here tonight, and
nice.
I don't know, yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's cool.
Devotion.
Yeah,
Totally.
It absolutely is, yeah, which is a humbling thing. And I don't know, it's not necessarily humbling. I think it's really cool to be a part of, because we feel like we're just as much a part of the relationship or the experience as everybody else is. So, yeah.
Nice. That reminds me. So this fall, you guys hosted a tour that was completely free, correct?
Yeah.
Like 15 dates or something?
Yeah.
How was that? And what was the inspiration behind it?
It was crazy. I think at the bottom of it, it was a way to just give back to the people that, have gone to. There's people who have gone to like 100 of our shows. And they paid for all. So it's crazy. So it was kind of to give back to them, but also a little bit of it was seeing if we could actually do it, because as far as we know, no one's done that. So it was a pretty crazy thing to make happen, but it was really rewarding, and it was cool that we got to. And it was cool people showed up, and there's a lot of people after the show was like, I've never seen you, but my friend always talks about you guys, so it came out. And,
Nice.
Yeah, and that was kind of the point too, was trying to provide the opportunity for those who wouldn't want to pay $20 or whatever our tickets cost to come see us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely rewarding.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's so awesome. So you guys did something for your devoted fans, and then you also kind of reached out to new people.
Yeah. I think too, the inspiration also derived from what we thought, like a concert going experience. Like I don't know. I remember going to see The Bled, like when Zoomies did the couch tour thing.
I went to that,
yeah. Getting to go see a band for free, like in a mall parking lot, is sick. And when it's a cool band that you dig, then it's sicker.
Yeah.
So I just remember going, and it turned into more of like a social function than like a concert. And the music was just kind of like that complimentary piece that kind of coincided with the experience, and got to hang out with buddies and then to listen to The Bled. I think Lydia was on that show too. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
But
Probably,
I don't know.
actually, I think they
Just
were.
providing the experience, I don't know, was something really rewarding. And we've had the idea, I guess, for a while now. And I guess the strange part about it is the idea kind of came from our manager. So if that kind of provides some insight as to how our operation works, I think that's a tell-all, because I think, it just shows that Tim, our manager, isn't in this whole thing for the money and the, because we didn't make any from it. So, but it was awesome. It's just awesome to be able to play music.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's a perfect lead into our next question. If you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Over the thudding bass there. Can you hear us?
The Godzilla.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, like, why music? What do you guys get out of it personally, and what kind of impact do you hope that others have from it?
It's one of those. It's the thing you can't really. It's hard to explain. You don't know why you. Like, everyone loves music. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't like music. But what we get out of it is the creating part. There was this thing that wasn't there, and then with 5 different minds, you kind of sculpted this piece into, it might have thought, like, it was like, okay, it's starting, it usually starts with, or it always starts with John's, like an acoustic or a piano and a vocal melody, and it would be maybe like 30 seconds, and then somehow, like, I hear something, and it's like, oh, this kind of sounds like this, and then we all get together and like, boom, 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 and then all of a sudden there's this 4-minute song that no one else has made, which is so cool. You're like a god.
The thought of, like, nothing, I think what you're saying, like, the thought of nothing into fruition, into something tangible, is definitely one of the more rewarding parts. I think we just kind of threw ourselves into this dynamic, and we were so young and at a malleable place in our lives that we just wanted to hit the road, and we wanted to go out and get away. Mm-hmm. So it was an excuse to escape school, and escape kind of, I don't know, the tethers of, like, normalcy, I guess.
Totally.
And I think it's kind of just, I don't know, it's now therapeutic. It's therapeutic to not only write and create, but it's therapeutic to go on the road and perform, and I don't know, it's now it's just so embedded in our DNA that it would feel really strange if it weren't.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a feeling you get after you've spent months working on this thing, and then when it's done recorded and you finally, like, hit that moment of, like, this is exactly what it was supposed to be. Like, you really, unless you've done it, you really don't know what that feels like, and it's awesome. It's such a great feeling. It's really cool.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah.
How would you describe, got a few minutes left here, how would you describe your songwriting process? So you kind of launched into it there a little bit, very collaborative and organic.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with an idea from John, and then we'll kind of sit on it for a little while, and then when we start talking about making an album, we'll, send us an email, or, we'll put on our computers, like, I mean, the last record there was like 50 ideas, and so we're just going through, and, like, that's when we start picking out things, and, like, it's weird because there's things that maybe he's not as excited about, but then, one of us will have, like, a vision for it, and it can really, make something that maybe he wasn't that excited about into something really cool, because you kind of hear it and be like, oh, this could be like this, and I think that's when the group thing really helps, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
What he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I concur.
Cool. Do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I think that's pretty spot on. I think that the songwriting process has kind of remained the same over the years. I think that our dynamic and the way that we communicate only gets stronger each time out. And I think that, I love this song, sorry. With each kind of, I don't know, it's trial and error. I mean, it's just like, it's life. It's like making mistakes and, like, learning from what doesn't work and learning from what you vibe. And
I mean, in this whole time between each record, I mean, most of us are just, like, studying music. You're finding new things, and you're like, why is that cool? And, like, what's important about that? You're reading books about, some of your favorite musicians and seeing how they did things and seeing their process, and it's like, that's when you kind of can learn new things, and that's, I think, the progression between each record is, you're using your microscope and you're finding the new stuff.
Maybe you can attribute the evolution in sound to that, and we I kind of like pinpoint the second record as like the real pivoting moment where we decided to say to heck with the major label thing, and we decided to kind of do our own thing. And I think that was the point where we just said, like, all this excess, like all the, I don't know, everything that we see as silly surrounding music, whether it's like the Instagram stuff or whatever, I don't know. All the fluff is kind of, that's when we kind of shed all that. And I think that it's just, we've dedicated everything to the music now. So I think that is like where the progression happens in between each record now. I think, like he's saying, just really devoting time for only music and
yeah, listening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what's coming up for you guys? What about 2016? What's it have in store?
We have most of the year planned out.
Which is crazy to think about, that by this time everything's figured out till this time next year.
That's how it always happens, and it's, I think that with music in the state that it is in, it only is going to continue to be like you have to book that far out in advance now, because there's so many bands and there's so many tours and there's so many albums and there's so many things coming out now that, I think attention spans are drastically shorter than they once were. So we have the UK coming up at the end of January with Mayday Parade, and then some other stuff that we can't announce yet, but it's already booked. And when we know we get the green light, and
Awesome.
But yeah, a lot of touring, and then hopefully in between that, jamming.
we did some like cover songs that we're gonna put out. We did what was it? Backstreet Boys. We did.
Yeah.
We did
some 90s tunes.
a New Radicals song. We did a Len song, that Steal My Sunshine song. So yeah, and we're gonna be recording, and
We have all our own gear, so we can kind of record whenever we want now,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
It makes it easy.
tunes and running around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Same.
2016.
I almost cursed, but same shoe.
Same shoe, different foot.
All right. Well, just one last question for you guys.
Yeah.
If you could make one holiday wish, what would it be? You each get one.
I could see all the new Star Wars on the 18th. Even the ones that aren't done, just all of them.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, and world peace, duh.
That too.
I was gonna say that first.
Yeah, no, now I'm like, now I'm thinking, I don't know.
A bunch of grilled cheese.
Perpetual health and happiness for all my loved ones.
Aw.
Yeah.
You're so much nicer than me.
Said Star Wars.
Yeah. Wait, that means I get happiness?
there you go.
I
There
get
you
what
go,
I want.
absolutely.
Wow, I'm sorry I was selfish.
No,
I
you're
didn't
fine.
give you anything.
There you go.
I'll give you the +1 to the movies.
Yeah, no, you
Cool.
got me a ticket.
Well, that's all I got for you today, guys.
Cool.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here today.
Thank
Once
you.
again, the Maine. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, just say, I'm blah blah, we're the Maine. Cool.
I'm John.
I'm Garrett,
We're 2/5 of the Maine.
and the rest of them they're down there
Making
being
noise.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is PSUT. Yep.
Sweet.